What do I have for you today? Two things. They make zero sense and you need to stop doing them, even though your coach may have been the person to teach you this. I've been to so many gyms, taught so many seminars, done so many privates with people, and they say, oh, this is the way I throw my round kick. This is the way I throw my knee because my coach told me. And I look at it and I go, it doesn't make sense. From a professional standpoint, when you're getting in the ring, you're trying to throw techniques, you're trying to minimize the risk of getting clipped and getting knocked out. It makes zero sense. So what are we touching on today? Well, we have our roundhouse kick and we have our knee, both of which are not basic techniques, but yes, kind of. You can make them much more advanced by getting very good at them, but it's not like we're doing anything crazy here. What we're talking about is the hand positioning. Where do your hands go? What do they do? There is a big difference between somebody who's teaching you, who, let's say, is more like a recreational coach, or maybe they even have their own gym, but they haven't been in the ring and they have not fought at a high level. The problem with those people who have not done this, if they're not doing research and learning what the pros are doing, is they might go, oh, this makes sense, and I'm going to teach my students, but it absolutely doesn't. Case in point, you throw your roundhouse kick. This is what people have taught or been taught and shown me, and I have to correct them and explain why. You throw your roundhouse kick. Hopefully you guys right away see what I'm talking about there. If you don't, then I'm going to have to correct you. I'm going to have to explain why. We pivot, we throw our kick. We're not focusing on the lower body right now, we're focusing on just the arms. One arm swings. This arm swinging is going to help me create a little bit more torque through my hip. It's almost like as I throw backwards, my hip can whip forwards. That's great. The other arm is coming across the face. People tell me, oh, I was told to do this because the punch might come down the middle. There is a massive difference. Let me grab Bob here. There is a massive difference in range between a punch and a kick. If I go to a nice roundhouse kick range, not even one where I'm landing with my toes or my foot, but even kind of instep or lower shin. And now I reset, I cannot punch. So that means that if you throw a round kick on somebody, they should not be able to punch you. If you're doing it from in here and you've misjudged distance, then yes, absolutely. But then at that point, you should be alternating your kick, not doing a kick that comes around to the side, but one that comes up the middle. So that if the person decides to rush in, they're going to eat that shin into their stomach and hurt themselves more. I don't need to take my hand and pull it across. What am I concerned about? What is the primary concern? You can go back and watch Alex Pereira in Glory fight Jason Wilness. Jason Wilness throws a low kick. Alex Pereira throws a high kick. Jason did not come across with his hand here, but he came a little too far back with his hand, and the high kick hit him right in the face. We are concerned about somebody kicking up high as we kick. Therefore, our hand should not come here because we're not worried about the punches. It should come off to the side. I should throw my kick and have my hand off to the side. I want to sort of keep it against my forehead. I don't want to keep it to the side here because again, now the face is completely exposed. So I either have to place my hand to my forehead at the end or midway through, draw it right in. Yes, there have been points, I'm sure, when you've thrown a round kick that you've got popped in the face, but there are other ways to deal with this as opposed to doing this initially. I could be in the middle of my kick and go, oh, okay, this person's getting ready to punch, and bring this hand out, right? This hand doesn't have to swing. I could just leave it up the center. I could start here and then pull my hand across if needed. I could just tip my head back a little bit. There are many options, but just placing it here because does not make sense and is eventually going to get you head kicked. I have absolutely a number of times gone to throw a kick and had my hand there and somebody just threw a high kick and I went, oh, Good thing I did that right. So sort that out. It will save you. Every time you throw your kick, hand to the side. The next one that does not make sense, which also coaches teach their students, is off a knee. I've seen so many times where before we were talking about, okay, one hand swings down. So they think, okay, when I kick, my hand swings down. When I teep, my hand swings down. When I knee, my hand swings down. Why do we do it different? Because at this range, again, I'm not worried about this person punching me. You absolutely should be worried about somebody punching you from the kicking or from the kneeing range. So this hand swinging down, ooh, that's bad. You want this hand to stay up, or this hand to go and control their head or their neck, so that the shoulder and the arm become an element of protection. If you want to work in more balance, instead of swinging this arm down, you keep it up and you bring the opposite arm across your face. That is so much safer than going here. On this one, you only have protection on one side. Straight punch, hook, you're done. On this one, you're protected everywhere. Or you reach out, you grab, boom, and from there again, you guys can, if I cut on this angle, there is a little bit of a straight shot here that could come and catch me, but again, I can adjust this arm. So you have to be very on point with those arm motions and understand exactly where you should be and why you're doing it. And if you were not up to date on the proper way, now you know. Nothing against your coach. Doesn't mean you need to run away from the gym going, oh my gosh, they know nothing. These are the small, small details that maybe only the high-level fighters have figured out. Go and watch a fight, high-level pro kickboxing or Muay Thai fight, and you will see those hand positions on the knees and the round kicks time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. Maybe one out of like 100 kicks you'll find somebody who does something like this for a specific reason, but the numbers state that to the side and not swinging down, doing this or this is the correct way. So let's call it there, guys. Happy Easter Monday. I will see you guys back here soon for another video.